There was and still are many bush foods growing and living around Budj Bim. The landscape supported the Gunditjmara people for thousands of years. The eruptions or nearby echoes, aka Budj Bim, made the surrounding area more livable for the Gunditjmara. The eruptions caused rocks and lava to create wetlands as well as Lake Conda itself. The wetlands and lakes led to widespread growth of bush food known as water ribbons. The fruits and tubers that grew on the water ribbons were a very important food source for the Gunditjmara people, and the fruits that grew on the water ribbons were edible, either raw or cooked. The tubers would be baked and eaten. Once baked, the tubers were sweet and similar to water chestnuts. The wild turnip was another food that grew near the wetlands and rivers. It looks like a carrot except without the orange bit and sort of tastes like one. There were also many other bush foods growing around Budj Bim area, such as the spiny head matrush. This amazing plant could store water at the base of the plant, which could be chewed and eaten by those in danger of dehydration. It looks like reeds in a bunch with long yellow spiky heads on them. There are also other plant foods such as punyat grass, which grows to about 1 metre. It can also be used to weave baskets to carry food around. Lilies and orchids were another valuable food source. Are washed and put into a camp oven to cook. They are also full of nutrients and carbohydrates. The bark from the wattle can be used as a tray for carrying food. When the wattle tree is old, it can be a good source for grubs and can be eaten. Along with bush plants, there were also animals which the Gunditjmara could hunt and eat, like kangaroo. The Gunditjmara would kill it with a spear. They would eat the meat, use the bones for weapons, use the fur for beds and clothing, and use the tendons to bind axe heads together and sew clothes together. The Gunditjmara people hunted different animals with different weapons or traps. They hunted eels with eel traps, which have big hole in one end and a small hole in the other end, and were made out of reeds. They would then smoke them in smoking trees. They also caught and ate tupon, which is a type of fish that lives in the area. They were an important source of protein and considered a great delicacy. Tupon grew in large groups as they were not very big. The Gunditjmara lived off the animals and plants that grew around Budj Bim landscape for thousands of years. It provided them with all the nutrients and vitamins they needed, and the plentiful food supply enabled them to live there year round in permanent settlements.